let me show you a new phone that I'm going to add to my vintage phone collection. And this phone was scandalous, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But this phone is from 1993, and it was made by AT&T. Let me show you some of the features. So you would use this programming button, like you would use it with memory so that you could save up to like 10 phone numbers. Here is the redial button. Here is how you turned it on when the phone rang and how you turned it off. Okay, and then you have the keypad. But this button right here, this channel button, so you would change the channels, right? So that you could get better reception. But if there was somebody near you, like in another house, like my neighbor, for example, he had a phone like this. You could listen in on their conversation. So if they were on the phone, you could be on the phone and you could switch the channels and you could pick up their conversation and hear it. Now, those jerks did that to me one time, but the conversation was very boring because it was with a old boyfriend. He was boring. Anyway, but if there was a scandalous conversation, you could pick it up and you could listen in on like another neighbor who was fighting with her husband, her cheating husband. And you could hear it on this phone. Anyway, so here's the cradle, right? And the good thing about this one is if you lost this and you couldn't find it, you could press the page and it would ring this and you could find it. But make sure that it's fully charged. So that was a problem here. You had to have this plugged into the wall, right? So that this would work. And here was another problem. If you did not have this hung up correctly, where these two little buttons didn't meet these two silver buttons down here, and you just like all willy-nilly put it on the cradle, it wouldn't charge. So then you couldn't talk on the phone. You had to wait for hours for it to charge before you could use it again. Check out this antenna. Look at this. This is serious. You would put this in here. If you didn't have this on, I mean, you're not going to hear, it's going to be very staticky. So don't bend this, whatever you do. If you bent this, you're done. You're going to have to get a new phone, okay? I loved my cordless phone in 1993 when I was a junior in 1993, and I got one of these. I worked. I had to pay for it myself. It was very expensive. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but I just remember I had to save up a lot of money so that I could buy one for my bedroom. It was awesome. I can't wait to use this in a skit.